This goes on all the time when it comes to black people. When they disagree, black people are the most emotional people out there because they have their feelings so wrapped there, so emotional. They get into their emotions. Okay. And you hear this all the time. Okay. If I disagree with what you're saying or you disagree with what I'm saying, automatically you're called a coon, you're called a sellout, you're called an Uncle Tom, you're called a Sambo. Because I have a difference of opinion. Because I am a free thinker and I don't always have to think the way that you think. It's like every black person in the world has to be on one accord. Just because I disagree with what you're saying doesn't mean that I don't want the same thing. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? Now they both have legitimate points. They both have legitimate points. But at the end of the day, it was not the time or the place to do that. It wasn't. You could have called him, you could have pulled him to the side or met up somewhere and hashed it out or argued that point. No, you wait till you get out onto the field. Onto the field. A TV audience, this was going to be replayed over and over again, and you sat there, ran out on the field, and got in this man's face over a disagreement, and then at the end, you called this man a sellout. You said he was corrupt. You called him a coward, and every little thing. And then I have to credit Malcolm Jenkins. He didn't go off. He didn't sit there and snap. He said, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing bad about him. I'm not going to go off. I respect him. He's a good man. He's a good football player. And he says, I'm not going to say anything that's going to disrespect him, especially to another black man in front of the media. And he said that. He wasn't going to do it. And you know why? Because he has some kind of a code, which a lot of black people don't have code at all. Because number one, if I have an issue with you, I'm going to wait until I get behind closed doors and we're going to hash whatever we're going to do, we're going to hash it out. Okay, you see them other folks, the white folks and all them, they ain't sitting out there, they ain't going off on people, they ain't cussing each other out in public, they're not doing it. Yeah, they might have their disagreements behind closed doors, but at the end of the day, they out there smiling, they out there shaking hands, that's what they doing. Because they stay on code. And you might think that they're racist or not, but at least they stay on code. We don't have no code to ourselves. And then you wonder, when you see this, you have them people going there saying, you see how aggressive they are? They sitting there fighting each other. They don't, there's no unity amongst them. And this is why people will say this movement don't make sense, because you have things like this. You want to fight another person out there on the field because you don't disagree with them. And this happens on black YouTube as well. Because you have YouTubers say certain things, talk about certain things, but when they don't agree, okay, when somebody when somebody doesn't agree, they ready to make videos about them. They ready to go online and attack them. They want their channels taken down because they don't agree on what somebody says. And this is the problem. Eric Reid was wrong. Regardless of how you felt, regardless if I agree with Malcolm Jenkins or not, I wouldn't have went onto the field and did that. I wouldn't have went on to the field. I would have pulled him aside and said, you know what? Me and you have to have a conversation after the game. You know, we brothers and we want the same thing, but we need to talk after the game. And that's what you should have done. But you don't hash it out. You don't go on to the white-owned media and attack another brother just like you did. That's what you didn't do. And so when people see that, they're going to say, oh, well, he's white. You see black on black people attacking one another. This is what happens. And this is what everybody in the black community And that's why we're not taken seriously as a group, because we have no code to ourselves. I can talk about violence in the black community, people killing one another, which is black people killing black people because they're in the same community. If I talk about that, somebody else will come on and say, well, I'm a coon. Why are you talking about that? You shouldn't be talking about that. You know why it's like that. It's white people. It's the white man's fault. But we don't want to take no accountability for our actions. We want to blame somebody else, and we want to say, and we want to coddle those people who do it. But when it happens to your own family, you want to go out there and kill them. See, you don't care until it happens to one of yours. But that's another video for another day. But what Eric Reid did was wrong, regardless if you agree or disagree with the movement or not. And then Colin Kaepernick is going to, and Colin Kaepernick is picking sides too. He's picking sides too. He's not doing any better, because now you have him picking sides. So now you have black people divided over issues, and this is what you don't need. So let me tell you, let me know what you think about it. Like the video, comment, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel.